So for today, I went ahead and made videos on how to create videos, which is kind of funny that I made a video on how to create a video. Um, but because I like to train in the way that like I'm asking you guys to implement in your classrooms. Um, so just a little background of why we started doing videos. Sunday and I were talking about how we were going to teach Algebra 2, and with not knowing how this year was going to go, we figured that videos were going to be the best shot because knowing that kids are going to be out for 10 days at a time, we wanted them to have an equal opportunity at an education. So the theory is that whether they were in class or whether they were in person, they should be getting the same education. It also makes for super easy sub plans. So I went and checked in with my sub before coming down today, and he was like, this is going to be the easiest day ever for me. So it makes it super easy, and the kids are definitely still going to learn. And then last but not least, as like in math, what we were noticing was the kids were going in and trying to do the assignments without having watched the lesson or participated in the lesson. And so of course they're not getting them right because you can't inherently just learn these things. So now what I've been doing is I attached the video right into the assignment on Teams. So the lesson is here, the assignment's here. There is no excuse not to view the lesson before starting the assignment. So it's also made it very direct. This is exactly what you need to do, and here's all of the things you need to do it. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the first of my 4 videos. I do say 4, 3 are the longest ones. The last one's like 1 minute because there was something I wanted to add on to the 4th. The first one is going to be how to create a YouTube playlist. So I put all of my videos on a YouTube playlist for my kids. That way there is one centralized location for them to find every single video that we've done in Algebra 2 so far this semester. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay. And
Tiff, is there any cost for this?
For YouTube Studio or anything like that? No.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Yeah. Free 99, as I say on the announcements. All right, so here is our first.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In the interest of teaching you guys in the way that I would be using these in my classroom, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys videos today, and then that has all the meat and potatoes of the lesson, and then I'll answer questions in between the videos. So I'm going to show you guys 3 different videos today. The first one is going to be all about how to create a spot for your kids to find all of your videos. The second is going to be about recording your videos. And the third will be all about editing. Keep in mind, I am not a professional. This is something that I just started doing in my classroom. And while I love doing it, it is definitely going to be videos for beginners. So if you're an expert at this, you may want to go to a different prep period meeting. So for the first video that I'm making today, I'm using Zoom. So let me tell you guys a couple benefits about using Zoom. The first is that you can pause recording on Zoom. So the other app I'm going to show you, when you stop recording, you stop recording. But on Zoom, there's an option to pause. So if you're doing your lesson and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot what I was going to tell them here, you can pause, figure out what you're going to say, and restart back up. So it needs a little less editing. The other is that you can see people's faces. I personally usually don't show my face in my videos, honestly, because today I look good, but most of the time I don't. So totally up to you if you want to show your face. If I'm using Zoom and I don't want to show my face, I start the screen recording and then I start recording, I start the screen share and then I start the recording piece. So you cannot show your face on Zoom, but that is a benefit if you do want to show your face. And the last benefit of Zoom is that you can switch in and out of different devices. So instead of using different apps on your same device, if I have something loaded up onto my iPad, I am using a Mac, so I'm able to AirPlay onto here for the screen share. So I can do that just on different devices. I can also use my phone. So if you have the ability to plug another device into your computer, you can switch in and out of devices for the screen sharing aspect, which is kind of cool. So that is the benefit of Zoom. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this video. And that is going to be all about how to create a space for your kids to find all of these videos. So I'm going to share a screen. The way you share the screen is down in the bottom. You have that green little square that says share screen. And we're going to go to YouTube. I recommend using YouTube because our kids are very proficient in YouTube, and it's also really user-friendly. So we are gonna go up here to where, I see my picture. So if you don't have a YouTube account, but you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube account. So I'm gonna go up here to where I see my little, where's my,
By the way, guys, that's in the top right. I didn't realize that it was covered by the screen.
and we're gonna go to YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is your friend. That is where that's where we'll edit videos. That's where you're gonna find your playlists. YouTube Studio is our friend. So when YouTube Studio loads up, I see over here on the left a lot of options. The one I'm gonna pick is playlists. I recommend putting all of your videos into a playlist for students. I created one here that says Prep Period Resources, honestly, because it's the second time that I'm making this video. So I did this in the last one. So we're gonna go new playlist and we'll go Prep Period Resource Videos. I'm gonna capitalize videos. And we're gonna press create. And it is as easy as that. It's going to create this this playlist for us. And now when I upload videos, like I'm going to show you on the third video, I will be able to see all my videos. I'm going to be able to edit all my videos, and I can add my videos directly onto this playlist when I upload. That way it's all in one space. So just very quickly, I'm going to go back here and you can see my Algebra 2 Semester 1 videos, and there's 13 videos in there right there. That is everything from the semester. So all I do is share that one link with my students and they can find all of the videos that they need for this semester.
Okay, so there's the first step is creating a spot for your kids to find all the videos. Does anybody have any questions about creating a YouTube playlist or creating that space for your kids?
And you just use your phone to record these?
No, this next video is where I'm screen recording, and that is on my.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So with the first one, I recorded that using my my laptop through Zoom.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this next one is being recorded on my iPad through the Record It app.
The ones with your students, though, what are you using to record?
The Record It app. So this.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
I will say I also sometimes use Zoom because I have a graphing calculator emulator on my laptop that I'll use. So I use both. I do switch in and out of both just for the recording purposes, and then past that is where I'll use the I'll edit in YouTube Studio. Cool. Other questions? Perfect. Okay, so this next one is going to be all about how to screen record your video. I am using Record It in this one. So Record It is just, it's a screen recording app. So a lot of people like Screencastify. I know that a lot of Mac products actually now have a screen recording preloaded onto it. So there's a lot of options for screen recording. I just tried a few different apps and really liked this one because it was very user-friendly, very easy to use.
Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to screen record. So I couldn't start by showing you from the beginning screen because you can't screen record to screen record. But I'm going to show you right now. This is the screen that you would see once you press to start. So this is the screen that you see when you start. It says stop broadcast, but right there it was to start broadcast. And then microphone on, you always want to make sure that's on so that it records your voice. So before we dive in, just a couple things about why screen recording and doing these videos is so important and so helpful is one, I only teach this lesson once and then I play it for the kids 10 times. So I'm not making those mistakes that I normally make, in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th time of teaching this lesson where I repeat myself or I miss something because I think I'm repeating myself. And then it's also just super helpful because the kids can play it at home, they can pause it, they can rewatch it, and then if they're marked out, they're essentially getting the same education that my students are that are in the classroom because they can message me with questions and whatnot. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I use the Byboard HD app. This is a whiteboard app that I have loaded. Unfortunately, is not showing up in the App Store anymore, but I like it because you can load PDFs onto it. So I load my note takers right onto it, and then I can, just write, and the kids see everything that I write. So this note taker is one that would need a graphing calculator. So here's the other plus. is I can come on over to my graphing calculator. I'm going to close out of that, and you see that I already have the first equation preloaded. So then I can graph it. I can show my kids, we got the vertex already pointed out here, but it's nice using this screencasting because I can switch out of the different tools that I need to teach my kids these lessons. So the graphing calculator is here, and again, the whiteboard is here. The downfall of this would be that switching in and out of apps kind of takes a while, but that's where the editing tools come in. And then I know that a lot of people are afraid to do videos because they're afraid to mess up. But what I would say is, with the editing tools I'm going to show you within YouTube Studio how to cut little increments out of your video. So like you can give yourself like a huge star right here. And then when I go to edit, we'll know that that's going to be the place that we cut it out. I also will just sometimes play it until I see the part where I mess up, and then I can pinpoint, okay, there's where I need to cut out 10 seconds. And you'll see what I mean with that piece. So the good thing about this is when I press the stop record, which is in that top right, you see that red little dot. I'm going to press that and it'll stop the recording. So when I press that, it will automatically put it into a spot where it gives me the option to upload it onto YouTube. So that's what I will do next, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to screen record how I upload onto YouTube and do everything there. So guys, that's as easy as it gets. You just screen record, it records your entire screen. So again, this is an iPad, so it records my entire iPad screen.
I'm going to pause. I kind of blabbed there for the last like 10 seconds. I just kind of go on. So any questions about screen recording? Cool. Most important thing is if you're using an app like Record It, that you make sure the microphone's on. I showed one of my colleagues how to make a video, and then she made an entire video without turning the microphone on and had to go through and re-record it because the microphone didn't record her voice. So that was a little difficult. So this next video is going to be how to edit using YouTube Studio. Some people like using iMovie. I like YouTube Studio because it's all in one place. So I can even edit these videos on my school computer. I don't have to be on like my Mac. So it's just nice because it's universal. And just a little heads up, so we're editing this video in the next one that I play. I sneezed at one point, so you're gonna hear my little like mouse sneeze like 3 times. So I'm gonna apologize for that because we're cutting out the sneeze. So like in the beginning when you heard me kind of giggle, that's because that was right after the sneeze.
Why don't you warn us so we can put on our masks?
That's what I was trying to do. The sneeze is coming your way, so enjoy.
All right, guys, so for this last video, we are going to talk about uploading and editing. So this is the screen that I'm left at when I stop recording my screen. So right now, you guys are able to watch this because I am screen recording from Zoom onto this. So I'm kind of mixing the two programs together. So I'm going to, I would usually use the video editor down in the bottom middle to take out pieces from both the beginning and the end. But for consistency, I'm going to go ahead and just use YouTube Studio today for editing. So I'm going to share, and it prepares my video for me, and then I'm going to say YouTube. So I'm going to go to YouTube. We're going to go to this little camera in the top right. So you see there's 4 different icons on the top. I'm going to go to the camera, which is the second one over, and I'm going to grab this one, and we're going to go, hey guys, so to upload it. So coming down, so create a title. This is going to be a screen recording, a video, description, public location. So add to playlist, we're gonna do the prep period resource videos. Next. So this is for if it's made for kids or if it's not. So I'm going to put no, it's not made for kids, but for all of my ones that I do for my classroom, I put yes, it is made for kids. And then we're going to upload. So it takes me to this screen, which because my internet is running really slow, will probably take a while. So I'm going to continue to record, but after I start this, I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece out. So it's going to upload now. Woo! Woo, it finished uploading. So now guys, I'm gonna actually switch over to my laptop. We're gonna switch back over here. That's again, the beautiful part of using Zoom is that you can use the multiple devices. And I'm actually gonna do the editing from here. So I'm gonna go into the video and we're gonna click editor. So when this comes up, I can now edit the video by, we can blur parts of the video. I haven't really mastered that, but this trim feature is my favorite because this is where I'm gonna be able to cut out that sneeze of mine. So we're gonna go trim and then I click split, okay? So the split is gonna allow me to cut out certain pieces. So let's see, I'm gonna play this until I hear the sneeze. I couldn't start by showing you from the beginning screen because you can't screen record. Just the screen that you would see once you press to start. There she was, okay. So it's at 19 seconds, so I'm gonna look back and I mean, this is all trial and error for me here. Okay, so I love you guys get to hear my sneeze all the, like just a million times, it's great. Welcome to my little mouse sneeze. Okay, okay, I'll stop now. So we're gonna go ahead and start at, let's say 17, 18. So we're gonna split and I'm going to cut out, I'm gonna just kind of start here. Now, normally what I would do is I would figure out what the start of my sneeze was and what the end of what I wanted to cut out was, and I would just cut that piece out. But for these purposes, we're just gonna kind of trial and error this. So I'm gonna play it and now it'll skip over that part that I just cut out. You press to start. So this is the screen that you see when you start, which was, look at that, I totally got that right, perfect. So there's also this part where you see the star, right? That was where I was saying we could indicate where we wanted to cut out. So that's a good way to not have to do all that trial and error on the one spot. Then we have to press preview, which just tells us, okay, like go ahead and double check that everything looks good. You can preview through it and then press save. That now will save my changes to that video. It allows, it says that it's being processed, so to check back later. So that's totally fine. You'll just check back later and make sure that all your edits saved, and then your video is good to go.
Okay, so the next one I'm gonna play is just how you can do that same kind of editing when you already know like your specific start and stop time of what you're taking out.
So just very quickly, I want to show you guys how to edit these videos if you have specific start and stop times. So right now I have the video uploaded that you guys just saw where I cut out the uploading time. So that uploading time was from 1 minute and 59 seconds to 7 minutes and 31 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go to 1 minute 59 where you can see that it's uploading, and I'm going to press trim and split. So that's going to set a marker there. Then I'm gonna go to that 7 minute and 31 seconds part. Right there, I'm also gonna press split again. See how now I have these two blue markers? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to connect these two blue markers. Oh, that was a little off. Let's keep that, there we go. So I'm gonna connect those two. So now that the two are connected, that is gonna cut out that entire time that we were just sitting here staring at the screen, letting it upload. I also cut out a little part here at the end, but for the interest of keeping this video short and sweet, so y'all can get back to your prep, we're just gonna do this. And then I would preview, and again, I would save my changes as I did in the last one. So that's just the way to do it if you have specific start and stop times, which is my preferred way of doing things. I don't like guess and check, but again, you guys can always guess and check as well.
So that is, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I do, but I don't. So that is for videos. So does anybody have any questions on how to edit videos? Grown-up, to answer your question, I do have a playlist that is the prep period resources videos. So I can send that to you too. So that has the playlist of all the videos. Yes. So any questions on editing? Okay, so Hale had a good question of how I share the playlist link with students. So just really quickly, I'm going to show you guys on my Teams. So under files, I just put a Word document right here with my YouTube channel link, and that's in every one of my teams. So kids can click on it. And the link is directly on there, which it'll show in a second. There we go. And so the link is on there. So that's where they can find every link or every YouTube video that I've made so far for our class. There's also in the assignments. Oh, I forgot I have other people's stuff on here because I'm like attached to other people's teams. Sorry, let me go into, so in my assignments. So here is one, that's the last one. Yeah, so here's one that I put up. You can go to student view. Oh my gosh, there's things happening. Why can I not see student view? It's exciting times. Wondering if it's because I'm logged in on my computer. Okay, well, so let's say I'm going to assignments. I'm going to create an assignment.
So you should be able to go into an assignment and then click the top right area and that has like the 3 little dots, and then you should be able to see the student view on assignments you've already made already.
Yeah, they changed that option. It's in the ellipses.
Well, that's rude of them.
I know.
Why would they do that mid-semester? Logic.
Because it's Microsoft and they want to do what they want to do.
There we go. So student view. So in this assignment that I created, you can see there's the lesson video and the assignment. So I also added the link to that specific lesson video in with the assignment. So that way they have it all in one place. So any questions for me?
If I can make a comment.
Yeah.
I walked into Tiffany's room this week and she was in the front of the room and I had no idea the video was going. And she was up there with her mask talking away and I thought she was giving a lesson to the class. And all of a sudden there's like this writing on the screen and Tiffany had something. I mean, how is she doing that? How is she writing on the screen? And then she's walking around the room and the video is still going. I realized at that point that it was a video and not Tiffany actually teaching, but it got me to thinking what a really good strategy to use. Because Tiffany wasn't able to go around and facilitate with her students one-on-one while the lesson was going. So it was just, I think there's a number of ways you can use this, and that was just one effective way, I thought. So,
Didn't you know she went to Hogwarts? She's got her magic wand.
Oh, I was like so confused. I had no idea. I was baffled.
Tiffany, how do we find your YouTube channel for your prep period?
I'll send you the link. You can also look up Tiffany Merlino. It's not Cress on there. Cause you know, I'm both. Like we said, I'm magic. I get to be both. But no, Kevin brings up a really good point. It's like I get to be my own co-teacher, which is really nice. It's, you know, it's like I got 2 teachers in one room and they're both me. So we get along really well.
Well, and you're not delivering content 5, 6 periods a day, right? It's probably less tiring and
with hybrid, it's like, you know, you're teaching the same lesson. For me, it's 10 times.
Yeah.
Algebra 2. So just like the prep period meetings, right? So like I would be doing the same meeting 6 times, but now I've got these videos doing the meat and potatoes, and then I'm here to facilitate the questions.
Exactly. And it just, I don't know if you guys heard when I came on November 3rd, election day, and I just thought of this morning, but I'm going to give teachers an hour or 2 to either review these videos or watch the other 2 if you'd like, because obviously you're probably only going to watch one today, but in a few weeks they're recording these, so we'll be able to share those.
Okay, so Gronek, I just got your question. So does it take time outside of class? So I have made videos on the weekends. I've also made videos on my prep. So I would say it's really your time management will kind of determine that piece. The time to master it. So there was one staff member who was like, I don't think I can do videos. And she spent maybe an hour doing them and was like, oh, this is super easy. So once you really get a hang of it, it gets a lot easier. And then for somebody like me who, for the last few years, I've been teaching with my iPad on the TV. So I've been using that technology already. So all I really had to do was record what I've already been doing over and over. That made it really easy too. So, and you have, you know, somebody right here who is willing to help you if you need it. So, yeah, so if you have questions.
Yeah, my point was like, it's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be easy to master. And once you have it down and you figure out what you want to do and the time value, it's gonna be fast. It's just getting over the fear.
Well, and if you have, so I've been working with CJ, I'm trying to find an app for the Surface because we realized that Record It isn't on the Surface. And the apps that are on there are not that great. So I might even recommend that if you're going to use a Surface, to maybe use Zoom to do your screen recording, which works just fine because you just share the screen and do everything that you would be doing. But once you find the app that you're comfortable with, that you like, it becomes really, really easy. And like I said, I tried a few different ones, and Record It was my favorite. So it's my jam. My lady jam. Okay, sorry.
Well, I'm just.
I'm gonna go edit that out for when we send this video out to the staff. We'll edit that one out, that little snippet out. All right, any other questions for y'all? Or from y'all? I don't know, for me.
Great information, Tiff. Thank you.
Anytime. All right, guys. Well, yeah, so if you guys need help with these, if you guys start doing videos, you need help, call me, beat me whenever you want to reach me, AKA call me, text me, email me, whatever. And I got you. All right. Bye, guys.